Welcome back to Forester Asks Questions. I'm Tom Coates. I'm a chartered forester and I've started recording some of the conversations I have with people from across the forestry sector. Today I'm in a rather rainy Cumbria and I'm on my way over to a Forestry and Woodland Advisory Committee meeting where I hope that I might be able to catch up with Mark Child, who is the newly appointed Area Director for the Forestry Commission in the North East and Yorkshire. Mark's also a STEM ambassador. I think he'll have some really interesting insights to the sort of challenges and careers in the forestry sector. And I'm really hoping he'll also talk a little bit more about being a STEM ambassador. He was a big inspiration for me to become one. And it's basically somebody who advocates science, technology, engineering and maths to younger people. It's a really great initiative. And something that I'm really looking forward to being a little bit more part of going forward. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. I hope you enjoy this. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Enjoy. So today I'm joined by Mark Child. He's the new area director for the North East and Yorkshire. He is also a STEM ambassador and was a big inspiration for me to become a STEM ambassador. And he's also a chartered forester, and this year was also shortlisted for Professional Forester of the Year at the Confor Awards. So congratulations, Mark, in your new role.
Thank you very much.
I guess I like to start off maybe just by asking you, just give us a bit of a flavour of what your career in forestry has been like and where you started.
So back at college, I did a career pathfinder kind of questionnaire, which sort of you say how strongly you agree or disagree with different statements. And for me, that kicked out forest manager, forest ranger, and I hadn't even really thought about it at the time as a potential career, but looked into it. I thought, I love it. That just sounds perfect. Tweaked what I was doing at my AS and A levels, and then was fortunate to go to Bangor to study forestry. And it was during my placement year, so sort of the year out in industry with Forestry England down in Thetford, where this kind of really confirmed that this was what I wanted to do, and sort of the path was set before me. So went back to uni to finish off, and then got a job as a work supervisor for 2 years. And then moved up to the North East as a forester at Hampstead, then Kielder, and then sort of latterly as head of planning and environment.
Okay, yeah. And I guess you're a really big advocate of the STEM Ambassador programme.
Yep.
Big inspiration for me, as I said, to become a STEM Ambassador. What would you say to foresters, or why would you say more foresters should become STEM Ambassadors?
I think the biggest thing is the recognition that forestry is an underrepresented sort of industry. There's not the awareness of it. I mean, I stumbled across it, and sort of the career routes are not always the clearest. And at the same time, we are we're experiencing a shortage of foresters, of people in the sector to come forward during a point where harvesting and forest management are becoming more challenging due to climate change and other pressures, but also we're trying to increase woodland cover at the same time. So the pool of people is staying the same, or if anything reducing, yet the workload and the desire to do more is increasing. So I think it's really important to get young people into that early to have an understanding of what the routes are, what the career options are, and how to access them. I think one of the other things which is really important is something around that perspective of forestry, and sort of in some ways I think it's great. I think it's a fantastic industry, but not everyone sees that, and it's making sure that they have a full awareness of all the things which we do, which are really positive.
And what would you say as a STEM ambassador you have to do, or what's the involvement?
So for me, I mean, my wife's a teacher, and in a conversation with the head of science at her school, she kind of got me roped in to come and do 3 lessons around why trees are so good. And my wife does it day in, day out. She's a teacher, she can do all the lesson planning. I think the hardest bit for me was to kind of prepare what I wanted to say and activities to engage with. But once I'd done it the first time, it got much easier. So there's an element of in school, delivering lessons to the children, but also there are events like we're doing at the STEM Fest where you put on an exhibit or a careers fair children come to you, and it's a really great opportunity to kind of engage and talk to them about, you know, what do they know, and, you know, how can you extend that knowledge around the subject.
Okay. And what advice would you give to people who are considering a career in forestry or should consider a career in forestry?
I would say it's a case of getting out there, sort of finding out, you know, obviously if you know you enjoy the outdoors and getting out there sort of to meet people, and networking I think is a great opportunity, and the ICF do a great job in terms of providing some of the opportunities for that, but it's making people aware that they're there to utilise. Volunteering, you know, there are a number of initiatives across the country to get involved with tree planting, both in kind of the public and private sector and charity sector. So I think it's just kind of doing what you can to get out there and to talk to people. I mean, sort of most foresters or people, I'm sure, would be happy to, if someone with a genuine interest wanted to find out more, then you can have that conversation to find out what the routes are.
Okay. And just leave us with your thoughts on the biggest challenges in forestry at the moment.
Well, we've sort of, I think resilience and perspectives are kind of, and they're kind of intertwined, I think, looking forwards in terms of how we can deliver things, but how we need to kind of look at it in the whole, and bring people along with us, but also to kind of look at how we can work together in that kind of collaborative space. So that resilience element around climate, and, you know, we're facing a number of challenges, whether it's pests and diseases or fires at the moment, so how we tackle those, but also bringing people with us to sort of make sure that there's buy-in from everyone and it's not an uphill struggle.
Public perception is important, a reoccurring theme that's come up in a few of these videos. So well, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. It's really great. Thank you.
It just allows us to maintain that